I don't know about you, but for many years I used to spend hours upon hours hunched over a laptop or hunched over an iPhone. I think they even call it the eye hunch effect. Now, I used to think that being hunched over as I'm working was bad for me physiologically, i.e. it would fuck my back up over time. And that is indeed true. But did you know there's also a growing amount of evidence that proves that when we are hunched over, we're also causing a lot of psychological damage as well. So why is this happening? Well, basically, you need to know this. Your state affects your physiology, and your physiology affects your state. Therefore, the physiology that you assume affects the way that you feel. So if someone's depressed or anxious, they assume a certain physiology. They may be hunched over, for example. They may be looking down, for example, rather than looking up, rather than being straight and with their chest open so they can breathe freely. But there's another deeper reason as to why hunching over can be a psychological damage to you. And that's because of a thing called looming neurons. Now, looming neurons are a pretty recent discovery, and essentially what happens is that we have neurons in our brain that are responsible for triggering fight or flight when something is looming over us. So for example, maybe you've had a knee-jerk reaction where you've flinched or jumped or hunched or ducked when someone's thrown a ball at you or swung a punch at you, or you've just had a shadow that's come over the top of you. You have that hunching effect. That is the looming neurons that have been triggered, which triggers fight or flight in the nervous system, which means your body releases a ton of adrenaline and cortisol. Now, we know adrenaline is not good for the body. Psychologically, it's not good over the long term, and neither is cortisol. These are stress hormones. So when you're physiologically hunched over your laptop or hunched over your iPhone, you're triggering fight or flight in the nervous system, or there's more of a chance of you triggering fight or flight in the nervous system. This is why people, when they revert from working at a desk and hunched over a desk to working at a standing desk, they psychologically feel better as well as feeling physically better. So maybe it's time for you to look into that as well. Maybe it's time for you to get a standing desk, or at the very least, stop hunching over your iPhone so much.